Alright, right inside the portal. Saw Justin walk in here. There's a little bench there. Strap rail on the ground. That's interesting. There's a brick right there.
Okay.
That's a good reaction from Justin. What the heck?
Right there, you ready?
What is that?
And there's a bunch of shit, like, I'm gonna call behind all this, there's a bunch of shit back there.
What the fuck?
Dude,
I've never seen anything like
this
that.
did not.
That's not what I expected.
Not what I expected.
No wonder there's so much car shit up here. Looks like they disassembled a car and put it in here. So we found something really odd in here.
Jeremy crawled back there. There's more stuff back there. I'm gonna crawl back there. One side.
What in the world?
So yeah, when I crawl under there, I really have never seen anything like this. Pretty blown away. I don't know how they got this inside either. That must have been a monumental job. Wow. Okay. Come over here. I'm gonna look at those barrels. Crawl under in a second. Looking back. Oh. Jeremy just pointed out there's a windlass right by my foot there. That is a windlass.
Alright, so we've discovered what appears to be a truck chassis with the motor, the engine, still in place and somehow jerry-rigged to perform some sort of function for the mine. Look at that. It's pretty old too. That's maybe where they had gauges and whatnot up there. But yeah, look at this old engine here. Crazy, 6-cylinder, straight 6, which means it's probably not horribly old. That's bizarre. And they have the exhaust, it looks like right here, going up and over. And then they have some barrels there, maybe fuel. That's so wild. That's maybe the engine oil right there. Got a brush. I'm not sure what that's for, maybe dusting things off. And then the chassis continues that way toward the portal. Still not sure what this is for. So one thing you might think about with this is an engine like this would probably be shaking like crazy if it wasn't secured to something. So they've secured the chassis to these big blocks of wood, and then they've wedged those pieces of wood. See that? Wedged them into the rock to keep this thing solidly stationary. Yeah, that's bizarre. Never seen anything like that. So Justin went back here under these barrels. So I'm gonna follow him. Oh yeah, there's a windlass right here, part of it. That's a hand crank hoist for anyone who doesn't know. So I guess I'm gonna crawl under here. It's like a 3-foot hole. We'll crawl under there and see what we can find. So this is on the other side of the what maybe are fuel tanks. Justin's crawling back through. You can see how tight this is. And we think this pipe here is the exhaust. Right here we got a drum and a bowl. There's a bucket right there. And then back behind me, Some sort of mesh for sifting rock. And Jeremy went up here. He said that it's kind of just backfilled for a while. And it doesn't look like it really goes anywhere. I do feel like there's airflow through here. But they have that pipe, or that exhaust pipe running through there. Presumably up to the surface so they don't kill themselves when they're running the engine. Got a couple of beer cans back here. These are like 60s, 70s. Got these too. Oh, that's Pabst. Interesting. And you recognize this label. PBR. Not super old. And we have a Heineken bottle as well. It's, again, probably the same era. This is stuffed with something. It looks like it's stuffed with like a wrapper to something. I might pull that out and see what it is. So the wrapper is a Safeway bag. It's a pretty old looking logo. I've never seen that logo before. Probably 70s though. Super weird. Yeah, we're gonna make our way into other areas of the mine. I don't know if I mentioned it, but there was a Y junction when we first saw this vehicle chassis. So we're gonna go off that other direction, see what we can find. There's another shot of the engine from this side. Super weird. Alright, that's toward the portal. You can see the lights. We're right at the junction with the engine. We're gonna head off this way. Santa Fe Avenue, Los Angeles. Okay. Texaco. Huh. There's airflow this way, so that's good. It's quite a bit of airflow. Strap rail. Oh, that's cool. That's neat. Wow, look at that. Like desert pines or something. Got a junction here. Box over there. That's just a short pocket dead end. Some odds and ends in the box. And then to this side, similar short drift to nowhere. Nothing really to see back there. So we'll keep on forward here. A lot of air. A lot of air coming through this. Okay, we got a short branch off this way. I don't feel any air through here. Here's a tin can, that's about it. And then the main
This section, he said.
haulage looks like we have a collapse. We'll investigate that in a second. Okay, so here's this collapse. Kind of triggered by some failed timbers, probably. We crawl through this, and it kind of leads to just more collapse, sadly. The mine looks super promising. There's airflow ripping out of this thing, but it's just a little too dangerous, so we do go past. You'll see some footage from my phone, but that's otherwise it for this side.
Don't know what that is, but there's an animal there. And I'm going. Another reason I'm glad I came back here, it says 38 Dan right there. I'm assuming that's 1938. And that is right in line with the origins of this infrastructure.
Okay, we just squeezed through this gnarly timbered area. These supports, the lagging up here is all unmilled, but it looks like it was put in yesterday because it's so dry back here. But it's quite old. And notice this bit of graffiti here, kind of neat. 38 Dan, maybe that's a year. Not sure. And then, hey, look at these. Still got airflow back here, but there's a problem. Oh wow, yeah, that's not gonna work. Holy cow, look at all the air coming through though. See all the strands of wood blowing around? There's a ton of air coming through this. I'm not sure if it's going up or what. Look at these notches, that's cool. Get up closer, you can see. It's like a 5-inch wide gap up there. That's just not gonna happen. A lot of air ripping through here because the diameter of the tunnel has shrunk. Just notice this micro chute here that's blocked off. It's very small. So they were stoping up there above us somewhere. And we're just heading back through this death trap. Just noticed a Dan 39, and then there's the Dan 38 right back there. What does it mean? I'm not sure what that says. Something Los Angeles, like Simpson or something. We're in this sketchy area, so I'm gonna get the hell out of here. What's the report, Justin?
It's either a failed stope or backfilled, either way.
Okay.
It's
not interesting.
Well, not interesting, and more importantly, not even remotely accessible. So.
Gotcha. Guess we're heading out of here.
Yeah, I'll take some pictures on that.
So we're out here on the dump for this place. They built a little rock trestle out over here to dump into a surface tram, or maybe at one time an aerial tram. We're gonna go take a look at that. See how flat this little trail is. It's pretty cool. They probably have rails on here at some point. So we're here at the top of the tram station, or the tram system, I should say. They had some wood steps. That's the very top up there. You can see the cabling all around here, kind of anchoring that station down. I don't see a bull wheel or anything. Yeah, look at this thing. It's like they carved the rock out here. Maybe it's natural. And then built in a bunch of wood stuff to get a straight shot all the way down there. That's kind of wild. And this also provides us an interesting view of the workings across the wash right there. Okay, so I'm on the side of the hill here. Found where the engine exhaust comes out. Kind of doubt y'all are gonna be able to see. See the pipe? That's it. So, little tiny shaft here, kind of in the middle of nowhere on the side of the mountain. We're gonna head up to there and up there. Try and find some upper workings, maybe connect back into the lower level and bypass that collapse. That would be ideal. Okay, we're standing up at the upper dump. Adit's right there. And there's a really cool stone cabin here. It's got a little cellar. Had a wood roof, but that's of course come down. Let's head back here. See what's in the cellar. Probably not much. Yeah, it's empty. But that's pretty neat. It's like natural air conditioning right there to have a little connection to the underground in your home. Okay, here's the adit. It's like probably on the vein. It's a drift. So they stoked up immediately. So let's head on in here and check it out. There's a Dad's root beer right there. It's not that old. Got some probably 70s stuff over there. Stope working its way down. It's not very steep, so maybe we could go down there. Those are old looking. Holding back a lot of material up there. I'm not sure if they're rotted or what, but they're like discolored for some reason. It's weird. You can see this one over here. See how that sticks out? It's so light colored compared to these ones. I'm not sure about that. Maybe they covered them in oil or something to try and preserve them. I don't know. Very weird. More stopes running down. They really pinch out down there. I'm not sure if it's worth crawling down any of those. Drift does continue. My buddy's back here. He's been gone a while, so I presume this goes a ways. Got a raise here. And then continues and turns to the right. Noticed I can't quite read anything on that, unfortunately. Bunch of carbide tins here. Almost looks like a dead end, but it cannot be because there is air coming out of this thing. Sure enough, it veers off to the right. There's my buddy. We got another raise here with a very rustic looking platform. And then this continues this way. Alright, we just came through that slight backfill space and we're in a tight section here, but this kind of goes up and looks like there's a ladder or something up here. It's a very flimsy ladder. Maybe a drift right there. And this continues up. Some small pockets here. This is where we came up. It's like a filled stope this way. Not sure if it's worth trying to crawl through that. Definitely couldn't do it with the camera. And then get a view of this drift at the top of that ladder, see if it's worth trying to get up there. Well, this is why we check things. There's that drift at the top of the ladder. It's nothing, just dead ends right away. And there's a ladder looking down to where it came from. I think we're all wrapped up in this area. All right, crawled down into some of the stopes here. Found this like lunch station, almost looks like. There's a broken porcelain plate there. A can. It has something engraved on the top, but I cannot make it out. Something powder, maybe? 1 pound of something powder. Maybe someone else knows. There's an almost intact bottle there. It's kind of neat. It's an old one. It's got a top for a cork. Too bad it's broken. It looks like there's an ore pass here. It's in bad shape. There's a bottle up there. I kind of want to get that. It looks cool. I went up and retrieved this bottle. This is super cool. It's really old. And they've wrapped it in like a straw or fiber-based handmade woven wrapping. And then this label was stuck to this side right there. Sorry, my hand is shaky. That's just how I am. Pure copper whiskey. Old Kentucky Home. Something Murphy Briggs & Co. The Needles, California. I've never seen that one before. It's super cool. I presume that's very old, based on what that looks like. So, cool stuff. Excuse the heavy breathing. I've been crawling around stoves for an hour. Found this interesting bottle piece. It's very unusually shaped. It's kind of like a square. It's a shame it's not fully intact. And not sure what this is. I've been exploring these stopes for a while. That doesn't go anywhere. Found a few cool artifacts. I was trying to find a connection down to the other adit level we've been on in an attempt to bypass the collapse, but I found something that probably connects, but it's so tight. I don't think I could have done it safely, so. Found these ram horns. They're big. And here nearby is the skull. Yeah. Demonstration. I wonder how they got pulled off.
Oh, that's why. I'm upside down.
That was right here. There we go. That's wild. That's cool.